Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Two Buds One Podcast. This is episode 69. Nice. I am the host, TechnoJelly, with my co-host Alchem Games. Alchem. You know the funny thing is I just realized it was episode 69 as I was saying it, so I literally said nice like without even thinking about it. I think I think that counts as brain rot. Does that count as a brain rot?
Yes, it does.
It does. Okay, good.
If you
I
do it
mean,
instinctually without even thinking about it, yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, okay, okay, good. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. So Alchem, this week, well, to be fair, we didn't do an episode last week because I assume
Last week.
Valentine's Day was made you
Sorry.
busy.
Yes.
I am don't do Valentine's Day, so I was fine. But I figured Alchem was going to be busy, so I was expecting to actually just like almost like a catch up, catch up episode. Let's catch up on what things have happened. But in the past like 4 days, so many things has happened that it is kind of insane that it all happened within the span of almost 48 hours because Sony did a huge announcement and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, I
Yeah.
can't believe Sony would do this." And then literally less than 24 hours, Microsoft also does something that is arguably depend on your point
It
of
could
view
be
worse.
worse.
Could be worse.
They said hold my beer.
Yeah, they did. They did. So, which one do you want to do first, Alchem? The Sony one or the
Let's
Microsoft one?
let's go with the lesser. Let's just let's start off with Sony and then go on
Is
to
Sony the lesser?
Microsoft.
Honestly, I don't even know which one's the lesser,
I
but we can go with
I
Sony
honestly
first. We can go with
don't
Sony
know.
first.
I'm they're both pretty bad, but
They're
okay,
both pretty
I'll give you
bad.
this. Microsoft may not be depending on where they go, but I mean, like I don't know. I'm not. It's one of those pattern recognition things. You can see
Yeah.
the train coming kind of situation. You're just kind of hoping it veers off course or something, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
We'll
weird.
go into detail about it when we
We'll go
talk
into
about it.
Diablo soon. So let's do the PlayStation one first. So
Yeah.
this week, Sony announced the closing of Blueprint. Is it Blueprint? Yes, Blueprint Games, or the studio.
Mm-hmm.
This studio was the studio most knowingly for the Demon Souls remake that they released on
Mm-hmm.
PS5. Then they were, after that remake came out, they were bought by Sony, and they haven't made a game yet for Sony because people might forget they weren't in a Sony studio when they made the Demon Souls remake. They did that in 2020 and then were bought in 2021 by Sony. And so they were purchased by Sony. In last couple days, they were shut down fully.
Yep.
And I think this is probably the biggest shutdown for a studio since Microsoft tried to shut down Tango Gameworks. It's very similar to that. The difference is that technically Blueprint hasn't made a game in 4 or 5 years, but like it's not like they have a bad track record, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say, did Tango actually make? Didn't Tango make games while under Microsoft?
They
That's
made
one of the other differences.
no, Tango made the one that you really enjoyed, the
They made not high. I was going to
Hi-Fi
say
Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush. So there's a difference there. They bought us. They got the studio and at least released a game before they just closed the studio down.
Yeah.
Sony, as I've said once before, we said way back when, they just love to grab assets and just sit on them and do nothing.
Yeah.
And this is another good point, another example. And I don't know where they're gonna go with this. I mean, it was just a waste of money and resources.
Yeah. Do you know what they were
they
working
literally
on?
had talent. They were gonna hire not that. They were gonna the God of War.
Yeah.
They're doing a God of War thing.
But do you know what the God of War thing was?
Isn't that the? No, I don't remember.
It was a God of War live service game.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And I don't know why you have the people known for single player remakes work on that. Though with because it's been a little bit a couple days since the official announcement, apparently Blueprint were the ones that pitched this to Sony.
They pitched the. Oh, okay.
Apparently, from what we have seen, because there has been, now we do have, I do like, once again we have to put this in with a very recent report, like literally today this happened
I thought that was Sony's call. Holy shit.
because of interviews done by some insiders from former Blueprint employees. And but there's no hard evidence. It's just through this interview, and the people are being anonymous. So like you kind of have to, people can say a lot of things when they aren't being
No wonder when they're no longer
when
employed.
they're that too. So
Mm.
Blueprint was the one that pitched this, and it was during the development of the sequel, the Ragnarok game.
Mhm.
Um, it was approved because of the, remember, the live service portfolio that Sony was trying to build. Like when I can't remember, oh god, I can't remember the Sony CEO name, but he made that really dumb presentation when he says they wanted to have more live service games because they needed a bigger portfolio of live service. It's one of the reasons why Concord was a thing. Yeah.
I
And
swear to God, live service is going to kill the industry.
it's going to kill the AAA industry if they keep going this way. Because it was basically, it's basically just a waste of money at this point. Because you're just not doing it.
It's like a gamble for most of these studios because yes, there's potentially a hit somewhere. There
Yeah.
is going to be a Helldivers. There is going to be a I guess Fortnite would be another example of live service. There is going to be another Destiny out there in the future, Destiny 2, Destiny 1 in the future. Although Destiny 2 is kind of floundering, but
To be
the
fair, that's
point
not
is there
Destiny's fault.
will be.
That's Bungie's
No,
fault.
that's Bungie's fault right now. Yeah.
Destiny is
The,
still a decent game,
mm-hmm.
even
No,
though I hate
gameplay
it.
wise, it's great. It's just that the direction it's going, thanks Bungie, is bad. But like I said, live service games can work, but it's such a gamble because you're basically taking a bet on whether or not people are going to invest a lot of their time in your game.
Yeah.
Not just like a short amount of time with a single player story game, because most single player story games can be like I don't know, 15 to 20, maybe just even shorter, like 6 hours. Some of them could be as long as 80 hours or so, or
I mean,
some could
some
be
people's favorite
ridiculously
games
long.
last like 4 hours, you
Yeah,
know?
and that sometimes that sells so much better than a live service, and most of these
Mhm.
live service cost so much money to do because not only do you have to like pay the team to constantly keep the servers running, you have to also pay the team to like do the entire programming, the voice acting, whatever extra little things you want to do,
Well, and
especially
the
if you want to keep
updates.
bringing them back. Exactly, every single update will involve more programming, more script writing, more storytelling, more voice acting, if you are even going to bother with that, because some of them
Yeah.
eventually just stop.
Yeah, true. True.
And they just don't it. I don't see it panning out for the long run for a lot of these, unless your game is really, you just know for a fact that it's really gonna kill it. Which most of them just, when they do the trailer, I swear that should just be the test. That should be the benchmark. If you suddenly see everyone interested, there you go. If you suddenly see everyone kind of just like look at you bewildered and stuff, I'm looking at you, Highguard. If they look at you bewildered and just wondering what the hell was that during your trailer,
We'll get to that.
then maybe you need to like step away. You maybe
Yeah.
need to go a different direction.
Well, it's not even just that. Is that who? Okay. Okay. Have you played the God of War games? I don't. I haven't, honestly.
Yeah, I have. I played the original
You
trilogy.
played
Oh
the
my god, they
originals?
were so much fun. Oh, I
Yeah,
love
like
them. Yes.
and I know people that have played the newer ones and they love the newer
Mhm.
ones.
I
I
need to try
don't
Ragnarok one day.
know. I simply do not know who asked for a multiplayer God of War game. Or like, I'm assuming it's a multiplayer game because like a live service game can't be single player. Like it just can't be, you know? Especially the way they're talking about it. Like technically live service games can be single player because like technically gotcha games are live service
Our single
games
player, yeah.
and they're single player, but like I don't like when a company says live service, they don't mean gotcha. You know what I mean? Like
No, they do not.
it's a very specific type of game, and it's generally multiplayer, always online PvP game generally. Because like even though you've said Helldivers a bunch for the live service, I don't think anyone has ever really
It is.
classified that as a live service game. But like when
Right.
people think of live service game, and I agree with you, it 100% is, but people
Mm-hmm.
don't think about it when it's a live service game
No, they
because
don't.
like if you turned off the live service stuff, what do you turn off? Like
The
live
ever evolving
service,
world development.
yeah, but like that is true. But like you can like that live service isn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like if this game was a co-op game and it was peer to peer, and like if they turned up the servers and turned on peer to peer, I don't think anyone would really care. Like I'm sure
I actually
okay,
just realized.
people
I
would care.
realized something.
People would care,
If
but
they
like you know
turn
what I
on,
mean.
no. I was just gonna say, if like currently, if they turned off Helldiver, if the servers stopped, like not where you couldn't play online or anything, but if they just stopped updating and they stopped doing any like further like campaign development,
Yeah.
and you just had what you had right now, the worlds that you could go into,
Yeah.
the different enemies you can fight in different kind of missions. I just suddenly thought, oh, you just have EDF. And it's just
I
like,
mean pretty
yeah,
much.
because you
Pretty
just
much.
you still have all the fun there, just no more continuous
And that's the
story,
thing. The live service of
and it
Helldivers 2
works.
isn't the point. You know what I mean?
No,
It's an
no,
addition. And it's
yeah,
like all the games that are now technically classified as live service, like Fortnite, League of Legends, Valorant, even like Apex, Warzone, all that type of stuff, they weren't
hmm
initially made as live service games. They were just multiplayer games that continued evolving. You know what I mean?
hmm
And like they're just it
live
feels like
service.
they're forcing it into other things because like look, I'm not saying other live
I,
service games can't succeed. I'm sure like I mean Helldivers 2 is actually one of the more recent success stories, but it's I think it says a lot to the fact of where even though I am like you and I are pretty in deep when it comes to video games, like we're not a
mhm.
casual we're not the casual
No,
audience anymore. And
no, not
even
at all.
and when you said oh when you're talking about live service games and you said Helldivers 2, I was like, "Oh, that yeah, that counts as a live service game." The casual person doesn't care about that. And like it's one of those things where I'm just like I just wish I could be in those meetings, Alchem. I wish I could be a fly on those meetings and hearing these suits and ties talk about video games without actually understanding it. Because like Sony basically hasn't done anything that significant in a long time. The fact that Sony is in second place is not because Sony is doing well. It is because Microsoft is failing so hard and Nintendo is burying everyone. You know what I mean? Like the reason Sony is in second place for the console charts isn't because Sony is doing well and they're making good decisions. It just so happens that Nintendo is so far ahead it doesn't matter, and Microsoft is somehow failing harder. But it's not because Sony is making good decisions. You know what I mean? Like
No,
it's so crazy because I
it's
found
no
this.
longer a console war. It's more just that they're all just floundering, except for Nintendo.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of crazy because I kind of found this. I found this timeline. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Bless
Um,
you.
timeline of all the acquisitions Sony
hmm
has done. So they bought 7 studios since 2020. 4 of them have shut down out of the 7. One of them is Bungie. So, you know,
Worse. I'm waiting for.
excuse
Well,
me.
no, I don't
How
think
who knows
Bungie's
what's going to
still
happen with
technically
that?
there. Bungie's still technically a quote unquote cash cow because it still has Destiny, and as long
Yes,
as they
but the
continue to
problem
put out
is,
stuff,
here's the problem though, Alchem. They were
there's a
bought.
problem.
They were bought by with $3.6 billion.
Exactly.
Oh my god, I'm
He's dying.
I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay, 1 second.
No. A blow your nose moment for everyone in chat. Everyone, go blow your nose.
Okay, sorry about that. I all of a sudden had a sneezing attack.
You're fine.
So like,
It happens.
it's kind of crazy because the what's it called? Fireworks Studios was acquired and shut down. Those are the people who made Concord, for anyone who forgot. Bungie has been acquired, but like, they are, first of all, Bungie has had mass layoffs, crazy disappointments for Destiny 2, and Marathon is looking, it's looking rough. I don't want, it's not as bad as High Guard, but like,
No, not at
it's
all.
looking rough. And then you have,
People,
go ahead.
people still have hope. People still have hope. Okay, I don't know what I think about it anymore. I honestly don't know. I don't think it's gonna flounder like Concord or High Guard or any of the recent big flops. I really don't want it to be another one of these out for like 3 weeks and then just dead. I mean, I really hope not.
I mean, the difference between all those other games and Marathon is they have Bungie behind it, so we know the shooting is going to be good. You know what I mean? Like, the stuff around
Imagine if
Marathon
it's
might be a
not.
little sus, but like, we know the game, when you get to play it and you shoot stuff and the stuff dies, it's gonna feel fine. It's gonna be good. Like with Halo,
Yeah.
like, I'm a Destiny hater. I'll fully believe it. I do not enjoy Destiny 2, and even when I was playing Destiny 2, it felt good to shoot stuff. Which is why I kept trying to
Yeah.
like the game, but I just don't like the stuff around the shooting. You know, so like, it's one of those things where we know the gameplay of Marathon is going to be at least decent. Like, and it's not going to have the problem of Concord or High Guard where the game's kind of boring. Or like, the gameplay is just okay. You know, like, it's
Yeah.
true. Marathon could be boring, but like, it's not going to be boring because the shooting is bad or the shooting feels mid, because Bungie knows how to make a first person shooter, the shooting part aspect, they know how to make that. Now, everything
Mm-hmm.
around it being an extraction shooter, the teams, the abilities, all that type of stuff, yeah, that stuff could be a mess, and that could be the why. But overall, it is most likely going to be okay. But the problem is, it's not worth $3.6 billion. Okay, you know, which is why I think they're in big trouble, because Sony bought them for such a huge, crazy amount, and I just don't think Bungie is worth that much. Like, not even close.
Not even their hate, not even their prime.
Their prime was during Halo.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So like, when Bungie did the
Back in the
impossible.
day.
Bungie did the impossible when they separated from Halo and made Destiny, and making everyone's like, wow, this is actually a good game. We like this. And like,
Destiny 1 was
they
incredible.
they reinvented themselves after losing the thing they were literally known for. And then they somehow need to probably do it again, because I don't know if Marathon comes out. I don't know if Bungie survives. And by survive, I'm not saying they're going to get shut down, but like, I just don't see them making enough money. Like, it's going to be a sunk cost thing for Sony if Marathon doesn't sell really well. And like, Arc Raiders sold very well, but I don't think it made billions of dollars. So I don't know how this
Not
is gonna
yet.
go.
That's the thing with the live service games. They're not going to make billions of dollars day one. It has to take a while,
Yeah, but
especially.
like Concord didn't have to make billions of dollars on day one.
Conquer
Highguard
didn't
didn't
make
have to.
billions. Conquer didn't make hundred. Well, they made a couple hundred, but Conquer didn't make even like that much day one because it was just
I mean, like six
it,
thousand people bought it probably. So like,
ew.
yeah, but like, I don't, I don't know. I'm on very, I don't know what the word is. Like
On guard.
cautious. Yeah, on guard maybe. Mixed feelings about Marathon because honestly, I think the worst thing about it is that I don't like that it's being called Marathon because it has absolutely nothing to do with Marathon. And
Oh,
I'm one of those people that have actually played the old Marathon games, and while I'm not saying I'm good or like a Marathon, like I'm not super deep in Marathon, I'm like, even as a casual fan, I'm like, this doesn't look like Marathon. But you know, that's a slightly different issue. Because like
you've
honestly,
never forgiven them.
I think honest actually, Alchem, now that I think about it slightly more, and we've been talking about it, I think the worst thing about this, about them shutting down Blueprint and everything, is that
Hmm?
Marathon is now their best hope. Like that is actually from the studios they've bought. Marathon is the game for them that's coming out soon
Wait.
because
Hmm.
all the other
Uh.
ones have been either canceled, shut down, or there's hasn't been updates on them for a long time. Because there's only other one game that I know of,
I was actually thinking about it.
called
You might be right.
Haven. There's a studio called Haven that they bought in 2022, and they had a project called
Alright.
Fair Game Dollar Sign, but we haven't heard anything about it.
I hmm.
And then they shut
I
down
actually think
London
I don't.
Studio because they were working
Huh.
on a live service game. They shut down that, and then they shut down Neo Koi.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Is there any other actual game that is directly Sony's that they haven't just like canned or just? And I can't. Oh no. Hold on.
Pretty much no, like literally pretty
Shit.
much no.
Oh.
Because
You're right.
The Last of Us
Oh.
Online was just canceled. The Spider-Man game was
Uh-huh.
canceled. The God of War live was game was
The
canceled.
God of War
The
live
other
service game.
live
The
service
only God
game
of
was
War thing was
canceled.
that like side-scrolling one, which they released recently,
Yeah,
but
that
that's
was
it.
recent though, and like, honestly,
Yeah.
I hope that game does well because that's what Sony needs to do. Just
Same.
start releasing games, guys. Whether it be
We
start
which
releasing
is
some
funny. We've been
games.
saying this for years.
Yeah,
Like even
literally,
before the podcast,
yeah,
most people have been saying this for years.
yeah. Like you guys just
What the
release
fuck?
games.
Just make the damn game. You don't need a live service. Yes, you can actually make bank through individual bangers. They just have to actually be good. Like even they don't need to be groundbreaking revolutionary games. You've seen the indie industry literally kill it with just small time games.
I mean, even Eugenics, like he's a
I need to
little,
get that game, but
yeah.
I keep
I need
hearing
to
about
get
it.
that
But
game
yeah,
too. But
I've
like
heard so many good things.
and like, let's be real,
But
Eugenics, seemingly great game. It's not groundbreaking in terms of its mechanics. It's a
no, not at
very
all.
it's like it knows exactly what it is. Now, to be fair, with Eugenics, it's slightly different because the guy is literally the maker of Binding of Isaac, so he could work on a game for 12 years and not have to worry about it. So I'm not saying work on a game
Mhm,
for 12 years, but Sony can make much simpler games, and it's why I'm actually relatively excited for that God of War game, that side scroller, because
mhm.
that's what we need. Have a bunch
I'm
of studios make
I,
some games so Sony can start releasing a couple games every year at least, and then maybe you have, you know, a big
I'm
game
over here like
every like 4 or 5 years that they've been working on.
swear to God, they could literally just do this. They could have a dedicated like small time group they could even intertwine between different different creators, different teams, to just create small time things. Try innovations, try new things, just right there with small indie games, small projects. It doesn't need to be the next big thing. It doesn't need to be AAA. It doesn't even need to be a live service. They could actually get ideas out there and actually put out games, and it shouldn't. I mean, I really don't think it should cost them that much, but I swear the AAA industry loves to shove every single dime they ever have, and then when it flops, they just like have to, well, they just have to eat it most of the time and just close down the studio. All they have to do is just put out games. That's it. Just put out fucking games,
Yeah.
please. The gamers actually want games. It's literally a situation of, oh boy, 2 cakes. That's it. Most
Yeah.
gamers just want games. And you have the IPs to do it too. What's funny is I'm not even mentioning their IPs. They don't
Yeah.
have to do. They don't have to use their IPs, but they have the IPs that they can go back on because nostalgia is a thing.
All right, there is a game we forgot about. The Wolverine game is supposed to come out this year.
Oh wait, that's still a thing. I thought they canceled that actually.
Did they cancel it? I
don't
thought...
know. Hold on. I thought they did. Hold on. Let me see. Give me a second. I have to now I have to research myself.
It's being made by Insomniac.
No. Okay, no, it's not. Insomniac Games and Sony are still actively developing. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I thought it actually got
It was
canceled.
delayed. It was supposed to come out in
Okay.
2025, I think.
That's what happened. All right, cool. If it's just delayed, that's cool because I actually would. A Wolverine game is definitely something I would be so interested in.
Yeah, especially
and then they
made by
suppress everyone and say it's
Insomniac.
live
Especially when
service.
it's especially considering it's being made by Insomniac. They make good games.
No, then Sony suddenly comes up. What if we make it live service?
I mean, like
Wolverine lives a long
having
time.
having a
He could have multiple
multiplayer
chapters.
having a multiplayer mode in that game wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
No, stop.
Look, I'm just saying.
Shut up. Shut up, Jelly. Stop. Don't give them ideas.
They
Please.
need. Have you seen how many studios
They
they've
need
closed out?
ideas.
I think they need ideas.
Actually, you're right. They need ideas.
Because like part of the reason Blueprint was closed was because they after the live service God of War game was canceled, they pitched 4 things apparently, and all of them got rejected, and they were closed shortly after.
Okay,
two of the pitches were single player remakes. One of them was a two of them were single player remakes that we know of, and Sony apparently felt like they lacked market potential and were never greenlit. And what I was gonna say was that some brain drain happened, because when Studio Blueprint closed down, they had 50 to 60 employees left, and they had about 75. So almost 20 people left by then.
Jeez, that's huge.
Yeah. And yeah. So what were you gonna say?
No, I had to address. I know we don't normally, but I had to address. Listen, you in the chat. Listen, live service single player games is just additional content DLC. That is literally just like an extra chapter DLC. That's it. They just named it live service for some. Can we go back to that era? Even if it was shit, it was still shitty. Like live service era now sucks too, but can we go back to the days where you could have a single player game and then later, like months down the line, the devs were like, here's an additional like chapter that you can buy. I mean, Resident Evil does that. They literally do that.
I mean, I was about to say a lot of games still do that for some reason. So like Sony doesn't anymore. I mean, actually, that's not true. That's not true. Sony does. They did it with the God of War games.
Oh yeah, they
also did that. They also did that with the oh god, what's the Japanese?
Did they do it with Horizon?
They did it with Horizon. They did it with Horizon as well. But they did it with the what's the Japanese samurai game?
They did do it with Phantom Pain, but that was because they didn't finish their story.
What's the Japanese?
You're talking about Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, both of them. There is
Okay, so
there's I'm pretty sure both of those games have single player DLC, or the newer one is planned to have single player DLC, I think, and the older one has DLC.
I'm perfectly fine with this as long
And
as they
you know what the
stop
crazy thing is,
doing the things
Alchem?
they're doing. Yes.
The
Yeah.
ghosts of
Yeah.
Yotime games, actually both of those are actually really good thing because they both have a multiplayer mode that is a like a live service style multiplayer mode where it's like I think it's 3v3 PvP matches. And apparently from the people that have played, they say it's great and they get some decent updates every once in a while, and like the new one the that mode is coming to the new game and there's people excited about it. So like they made a crazy big single player game and they have a multiplayer mode attached to it that has a dedicated player base.
Okay. I found some. Okay, that's good.
And it's like one of those things like,
I'm
guys, just do that for other games.
waiting for them to screw it up.
So I have a bigger
They-
list, Alchem,
Oh no.
of
Yeah.
studios that Sony has acquired that haven't shipped a game yet. So there's a thing called House McCree. They acquired them in 2021. They're making a game called Saros. I don't know what that game is. I don't even remember what this game is. Saros video game.
Really?
It's the this is the oh never mind. We both know what this is. We saw this. It's the it was that trailer with that guy with the he look kind of almost looks like a helldiver, but he doesn't have the helmet, and he has the laser guns thing. If you
Oh
saw that,
wait, I
and
remember.
if you
Okay.
like here let me I'll send you
Vaguely
the image.
remember.
I'll send you the image that I found with it. Like it's this guy. It's this guy. We saw that we watched this during the one of their showcases.
See, give me a second.
Yeah, I sent you it on Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Okay, I remember
that
now.
game is apparently shipping
No.
this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was about to look at the kick. All right.
um Nexus Software was acquired in 2021, and apparently they are a support studio. And they've been working on Horizon and Helldivers 2. Fire Spirit, they acquired in 2021. Crazy layoffs apparently in 2024, and unfortunately the last game they made was Horizon Called the Mountain, and that was the PS VR game in 2023. Firebreak Games were acquired in 2021. They haven't made a game yet. They just straight up haven't shipped a game. Then of course Blueprint, Valkyrie Entertainment. They were a support studio for Concord, so they haven't done anything recently. Haven Studios, which is the people we were talking about before, they were acquired in 2022. And they're working on a live service shooter game called Fair Games, which I think has been canceled. Because I remember having studios. Oh no, sorry, that's the Fair Game $, and we haven't heard anything about it in a long time. Though now that I know that it's a live service shooter, oh god, they're screwed. Like a live service shooter for Sony when Concord happened, there's no way that's coming out now. No way.
This is just.
Um,
This just doesn't bode well.
yeah, Neon
Does it?
Koi got canceled, and then Firewalk Studios. So literally, out of all the studios they've acquired in 2021, basically, Soros is Soros and Insomniac Games. Well, Insomniac they weren't acquired in 2021, but Insomniac Games and House Marique are the only two that are actually releasing games. And this list has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 studios, and 2 games are coming out this year. It just shows like this is the Sony problem. It feels like it's a AAA problem too. Like they have so many studios
AAA
and there's like
problem.
no games coming out for some reason. Like, what are you guys doing? What are like and
I feel like there's some mentality for AAA games where they have to sink so much money in and they can only invest so much per year per game. So instead of being able to release multiple AAA studio games, They're just basically just seeing which one they think will work.
I guess so. I don't know. It's
'Cause I don't understand why. Otherwise, why would they just not put? Why are they closing down so many studios that they work so hard to attain? In the end,
yeah.
most of them are either they just cancel projects or just close down the studio, and the money they would just end up wasting money gathering these studios up.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to just cannibalize them all and just like, which I don't think so, because most of these people, most of the teams behind the
I
studios
doubt it.
that get canceled, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're reporting that they don't have a job anymore.
Yeah,
So,
there are some in Blueprint specifically. They say they got a different job in Sony, at least.
mhm.
But like, there's no way they hired all 75. You know?
No, not at all. They're not cannibalizing them at
Yeah.
all. There's only a few of them maybe that stand out
And if
enough,
you're gonna do
but
that,
I
you would have
don't
done
feel
that
like they're
way
doing that.
sooner. Yeah, they would have done it way
And
sooner
then,
too. They wouldn't have waited 4 years.
yeah, no, and plus they probably would have just scouted them out anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
because I
far
mean,
less expensive than to just buy the studio.
it's true. Because I mean, like, if Sony offers you a job, do you really say no as a programmer?
It
Probably
is
not.
It is just the most intricate, elaborate, most expensive failure of a plan ever.
I mean,
To just pull two or
that's
three guys
literally
from the
just
studio.
Sony. That's just Sony right now. Because I mean, they're a failure in a lot of ways. I mean, it shows that
For
the
like,
most exciting game that's coming out for them soon
no,
is like
no, just
none of
wait,
their
Jelly.
things.
They're pulling a Kojima. They're doing an incredibly elaborate plan that takes so many intricate steps that we could never understand. It makes no sense
Yeah,
from like the perspective we're seeing. But at the end, in the end game, it all makes sense,
but
and they come out on top or
but
something.
Kojima, he was making good games
Don't
though.
worry.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and they let him go. They let him go.
Yeah, but that was
So
Konami.
it's all part.
That
Yeah,
was
that was Konami. Sorry.
Konami
Yeah,
was
that
too
was Konami.
busy.
My bad. My bad.
Konami was being too busy being a pachinko machine factory.
Yeah,
That's a
they
completely
just wanted to gamble.
yeah.
No, but I'm saying they're doing a Kojima. They're doing an intricate level of this is a multi-layered, faceted plan that we will never understand, and yet somehow they'll end up on top.
Maybe. I doubt it though.
We
There's
just
no
need
one's being Nintendo.
we just like Kojima has the 45-minute cutscenes in their games. We just need to wait the 4 to 5 year cutscene for them to suddenly come out on top.
4 to 5 year cutscene for Sony.
Yeah, exactly. They need that much time. It's a business. It's all part of the plan, the process.
Oh God,
Like
the process.
a
I don't.
few
I don't
more
want.
studios
No,
may
you
die,
can't.
but
The process gives me PTSD from basketball, so you can't say that. That's banned.
they look at all the studios. They're like, some of you may die, but that's a risk we're willing to take, says
Yeah,
Sony.
yeah, basically. And
Oh my
oh
god.
my God, I just feel like they have completely failed in so many ways. And the fact that they still are second place just shows how badly Microsoft has been doing.
It's either it's either the teams running the ship or whoever's running the ship is just so out of touch. And
I think it's
I
both.
I'm assuming there are people on board that can tell them, "Hey, we should do this, we should do that," but they're like, "No, steer forward. We need to hit that iceberg. We need to release more live service.
I
Cancel the
think
other studios."
I hate to say it, but I don't even think I think it's a management problem, and the developers are kind of drinking their own Kool-Aid at this point. Because at least from what we know, they pitched like Blueprint specifically pitched a live
A live
service God
service,
of War game.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're kind of drinking
That
your
one
own
I just
Kool-Aid.
learned.
Like some Sony can only take so much of the blame here. Because
Yeah, yeah.
overall, these developers aren't making good decisions. Because like why do you all of a sudden think that making live service first person shooters are a good idea right now or live service games? Like you're 5 years
Yeah.
behind the trend anyway. It's like when Concord came out, it was like, devs, why did you think this was a good idea? Like, why do you think this is a good idea when you started this project 3 years too late? You know?
Oh,
Like,
God,
I
this
feel
is
like
what
it's
happens.
starting to be you can only blame the suits and ties for so much, you know? And I'm not saying it's
this-
solely the devs' fault, but like,
No,
there has to be some
this is-
accountability starting to become here because like indie developers and AA developers have seemingly understood it, but the AAA guys that are working under these teams, I think have lost their way in a way, because I think they're drinking too much of the corporate propaganda and thinking they can make no mistakes, or thinking that they're maybe they thought that their position was too safe or something like that, which I can't believe they would even think of that, considering how many layoffs happen
They
all
are
the time.
not too say they're not too big to fail. They're
Yeah.
not too anything. No, not at all. It's just again, just apparently the ones the ones that piloting the ship don't know what they're doing, and so I guess some of the engineers down below are drunk and don't understand
Yeah.
either.
So I don't know. Like I don't want to blame the devs superly, because
Some, not all.
who knows what's happening in these meetings, but at some point the devs need to say this isn't going to work, and or this needs to change, or something like that, because something is happening that it is becoming really bad. What's the word I'm looking for? Like when something is repeated over and over and over again,
Habit.
habit, or like an echo chamber or something like that,
Mm.
because someone's got to say these things aren't working, you know? And I
It's a
mean, I
vicious
guess it
cycle. Like
is.
they're just. You would think the poor performance of all their recent games or all their recent live services would be like the warning bell or the sign that, hey, this isn't working. We need to move on. We need to try something different. But apparently it's not.
Apparently not.
And someone continues to say no. I swear to God, it really does feel like this is like a live service is a gamble. Like
Yep.
they're just gambling on the fact that the next big thing will be their next big live service game is going to be the one that strikes it big and will be the next Fortnite, the next Halo, not Halo, the next Destiny, or the next other live service, which
Yeah. Valorant,
there are few and
League of
fine.
Legends.
There are few and yeah, there are very few and far between. The current ones that are still at the top have been there for a while.
Yep. I mean, like,
Because
even
again,
when you think about PvP live service games,
mhm,
I don't even think of a modern one. Like, the ones that
no,
I go
not at
to
all.
are Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, PUBG,
For
I
me,
guess, still is
Battlefield.
still. Battlefield's not really live service.
No, do we count as COD as a live service, even though all they do is
No,
just call it another
they
number?
release a new game every year. That's not live service.
I
Live
guess.
service is updating the same game, like League of
Isn't it
Legends.
though? Isn't
Yes,
it though?
it is.
I mean, no, no. I mean, like, I'm referring to COD. Isn't it
No,
though?
that's why I
Isn't it
said
still the same game?
that's why I said Warzone.
Warzone,
Warzone.
yeah,
That's why I said
Warzone.
Warzone is where the money is being made
I'm
for Call of Duty now.
I still say COD is just basically pulling the wool over everyone's eyes. It's just a live service that they just update a little bit at this point since COD 5. I say since COD 5 it's just been the same kind of thing graphics wise. Maybe a small little update here and there.
I
That's why your
miss
shaders take forever to update.
I miss World at War.
World of War was fun as hell.
It was a fun game.
I miss Black Ops. God damn it.
Oh,
Not the current one, like older one.
the first one. I never honestly.
Yeah,
After
I
World
have
at
Black
War,
Ops
I kind
4
of
actually.
stopped caring. I think Modern Warfare 2 killed it for me. The original Modern Warfare 2, I was so annoyed at the multiplayer that I just stopped. I stopped being a COD gamer after that. I was so
I
done.
actually like Modern Warfare 2's I like their multiplayer. That one was actually not bad.
I think
Then they kind of just stopped
by
following.
that time my friends stopped playing, and like I was the only one playing, and I was no longer playing with friends, so it was just more annoying to me. Also,
Ah,
by that
that
time
makes
I was
sense.
becoming much more of a PC gamer at that point, so
You started
I
playing
was
League at that time,
starting.
guys.
When did Modern Warfare 2 come out? I don't think I was.
Uh, I don't remember.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, no, 2009. So no,
Hmm.
that was not League. I didn't start playing League until 2013 14.
Oh, okay.
So I think I was playing original StarCraft still. and Warcraft 2. Because I never played Warcraft 3, funny enough. I went from Warcraft 2 to World of Warcraft in 2018. I never played Warcraft 3. I never owned it. So to move on from Sony and all their live service crap, let's go to the other big contender. The reason why Sony is second place is not because of their good decisions, as we've been talking about for the past like 40 minutes at this point. The reason they're in second place is because Microsoft is somehow doing worse. Because we all thought, like, damn, Sony just dropped the ball. They closed down Blueprint. Why would they do that? Demon Souls Remake was so good. And then literally 24 hours later, it is announced that Phil Spencer has been, or is retiring from his CEO position of Microsoft Gaming. And Sarah Bond, the president of Xbox, is also leaving, or resigning, I should say, is their official term. And Asha Sharma is becoming the new president of Microsoft Gaming. Alchem, do you know what her position was before?
Yep.
So her position was the Core AI, Microsoft's Core AI CEO. And now I'm going to say something. This might be my hot take, Alchem. Phil Spencer hasn't been doing good as a CEO of Microsoft for like 10 years, I would say. Since the Xbox One, Xbox has been losing. Since the 360. The 360 was the last time Xbox was even considered competition, I would say.
I'd say the first year of Xbox One was okay.
Don't you remember the Xbox One, man? Sony literally made fun of them in the presentation with the whole passing the game to someone else for the PlayStation 4. Tell me, okay,
it wasn't as bad as.
It's not as bad as now, but that doesn't mean they didn't lose. Like the Xbox One.
Okay. Year one Xbox One was okay.
I would say
the downfall.
I would say
was like the downfall at that point.
Yeah, I would say launch week the Xbox One did better than the PS4. But as
and then it went
as it continued on more and more and more, PS4 blatantly beat Xbox One.
Yeah.
And the Xbox Series got dumpstered by the PS5 and Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, the Switch dumpstered everyone, but during the 360, the PS3, and the Wii, you could argue that all three of them were competition for each other. Now, obviously, the Wii won, but there was competition at least. Like the Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2. Yes, Sony dominated with the PlayStation 2, but Xbox and the GameCube were competition still. People would argue, yeah, there's some good games there, there's some good stuff there, whatever. And you could also say that globally, Microsoft was failing during the original Xbox and 360, but in the US market, Xbox dominated, right?
Yeah.
And since the Xbox One, Microsoft doesn't even win in the US anymore. They just don't win. And I'm not saying this is Phil Spencer's fault, but he is the leader. He's been the leader for a very long time. And when did he become CEO? He became CEO. It was pretty early on, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can beat you to it.
He became CEO. Oh, he only became CEO in 2022. What? That doesn't sound right.
Let's see. Phil Spencer named head of Xbox on March 31st, 2014, taking over the division
Yeah.
during a critical time, a brand following the Xbox One launch. So yeah, he became in charge after the Xbox One launch, but he didn't really necessarily save it because it's been
Yeah.
constantly downhill.
Okay, so he was promoted to the CEO of Microsoft Gaming in
Mhm.
2022,
He was later
but
promoted to
he's been in a leadership position since 2014
since
basically.
2014. Yeah.
Yeah. So like he's been in the leadership position since 2014 and unfortunately
Yeah.
his
No,
tenure
he's been in a
as
leadership position since 2014, but he became CEO only like 2 years, like
3 years ago,
4 years ago.
4 years ago, yeah. And unfortunately his strategy failed really hard. Like we can say whatever his strategy was since 2022 it did not work because
Uh,
Microsoft has not been doing well. You can argue Xbox Game Pass has been doing well, but like is it making them money? That's a big question.
oh.
That is a very big question mark. And it is an unfortunate thing because Phil Spencer, I'm not saying he's a bad guy or a bad person in any way, but his leadership I don't think has helped Microsoft. And I'm going to apologize to the other person, the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, the woman, Sarah Bond. I don't or president of Xbox. Sorry, Sarah Bond. I don't remember who she is, and that maybe that is also why I do not remember her. She became the. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. She joined Microsoft in 2017. So she hasn't been evolved as nearly as much, but she was promoted in 2023. And she was the person directly under Phil Spencer, because Phil Spencer was the Microsoft Gaming CEO and she was the president. So
Huh.
he was the top and she was the right hand woman, I guess. And
And then,
I think
hmm.
I think
Hmm.
the problem with this is I don't know if this is a good idea or not because we know the person that is replacing them, and I hate to say it, but when I read the thing that she was the CEO of um what's it called? Oh god. The CEO of AI, that was not a good start
No, no, it wasn't.
because it I in video games AI sucks. In a lot of things AI sucks and it's a money sink and it's just not worth it. But I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff yet, Alchem. From what we can tell,
Uh-huh.
she's if she's pretending, she's doing a good job pretending of being an actual gamer.
Oh,
Because
you're talking about what she said, yeah,
what
during
she's
her
actually
speech.
said, not just doing what she's
What she's
not just her speech though, but also like her talk, like responding to people on Twitter. She's already dunking on some of the anti Xbox people. It's hilarious. Like she was accused of not saying what her favorite games are, and then she's like, she literally quote retweeted the tweet with her tweet of saying what her three favorite games were. It's really funny. Apparently, her three favorite games is Halo, Valheim, and GoldenEye, which is interesting.
Hmm.
And I do have to say,
Uh,
I don't know
good
if you're a
choices.
fake. If you're a those sound like
I
okay. Like I
Yeah, like, can I
Valheim
call you a fake
is
game when you actually name Valheim?
like Valheim
No,
is
if you name
popular,
Valheim, you may
but
not be.
yeah, Valheim is
Is
popular, but
it?
what I'm saying is it's popular, but it's not like casual popular. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to
Like
be like,
like
is it
there are
popular?
it is popular, but it's popular within video games. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Like a person that
Okay.
isn't like, because I mean it sold millions of copies. So I'm pretty sure that hasn't it.
Huh.
I remember them
I
celebrating.
don't know.
I remember them celebrating
Maybe.
milestones of copies sold. I assumed it was million.
I
Maybe I'm
hope
just
so because
forgetting.
that game needs work. That game was fun as hell.
It is. It is really fun. And like GoldenEye is an old school game because I mean I'm assuming she's talking about N64 GoldenEye. I don't think there's a different GoldenEye game. And I mean, if you are Microsoft, the new Xbox CEO, and your list is not Halo, then I think you should be fired. So I mean, that's a good idea. And
This was a test.
yeah,
Trick question. If you said the wrong answer, to death.
yeah. So it is really interesting for her to say this, but I think another thing is that she has also said publicly some very interesting things, because literally she has said, and I'll just do a quote here: as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art created by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Now, this statement is cool, but also, what do you mean by innovative technology? Because when people say innovative technology right now, they mean AI. So like you're trying to dunk on AI, but at the same time you're also kind of saying AI is
That
an
was your former job.
yeah,
I love that.
like I understand what you're trying to say here, but it's a little sus. But like I think I don't know. Do you want to just have you read her
Do you have
statement?
faith?
Have you
I
read
haven't
her
read the
statement?
statement. I've seen others talk about it, and I've seen small clips of most of what she said, or her initial speech, more foremost,
Yeah.
but not the small little things she's been posting.
All right.
But
So I
yeah,
have you seen her post on the Microsoft blog? It's linked on
no,
her.
I have not
It's
seen that.
linked. It's literally one of the only things that linked in her Twitter account. She has very few posts on Twitter, so I wonder.
That's good. That's good,
Yeah,
actually.
she literally has only two posts, and they were February 20th and 8 hours ago. So I wonder if she deleted everything, or and this because I mean
Hmm,
this account has existed since 2021. So I don't know.
whatever.
Maybe things got deleted, or maybe she didn't actually use it a lot, or she changed her name, or something happened. But she put on her things her she says her three commitments are great games, return of Xbox, and future of play,
Hmm.
right? And I think
Spencer said the return of Xbox a while ago, so it's like,
true.
yeah.
But I think some of the things that she said, sorry, is in her blog post thing, the return of Xbox, we will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who are invested with us for the past 25 years, and to developers who built the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with consoles which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox, and to the developers who build ambitious experience for us. Gaming now lives across devices, not with the limits of any singular piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worth of the communities we serve. We will break down the barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere with compromise. I mean, the thing is once again,
Sounds good.
it sounds good until you start reading it, because she says we're returning to
Yeah.
Xbox and stuff like that, and then she talks about
Oh yeah, the last thing.
not
Yeah.
within the limits of single piece of hardware. So like, what does that mean? Does that mean there is no new Xbox and instead you're building like the rumored PC thing that they've been rumored all the time? And yeah, apparently she's bringing back someone as well, Matt Booty, which
Not Djibouti?
I
Wait,
I
no, no,
promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment.
not, oh, booty.
Yeah, he understands the crowd. I don't know who this is. I don't know who Matt Booty is, honestly.
Don't know. Not familiar.
Now I have to research him as well. He
Today is a day of
is.
research.
He is now the head of Xbox Game Studios. He is.
Well then.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the new chief content officer at Xbox. And he was been recently promoted by Sarah Bond.
What?
Or sorry, no,
What
sorry.
is a content officer? All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, it controls the content of Microsoft. He's the head. He was the head of Microsoft Studio and now is the chief content officer at Microsoft. At Microsoft Gaming. So I mean, content officer, in my opinion, from what it sounds like, he is the overhead of Microsoft Gaming instead of Microsoft Studios. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand.
And I mean, I hope like all the things they're saying are good things. I think the problem
most of them, yeah.
most of them. The problem is that it really depends on where they're going. And honestly, I hate to say it, I simply do not believe her when she says there's no AI stuff gonna happen. I simply don't believe them.
Oh no, I don't believe that for a second. I do not believe that for a second. I feel like they're going to try to drive forward with AI, but I don't know how. Whether it's development or maybe something that we use in like that we can use, or I don't know.
Like, there are good things to happen with AI, but I just don't believe that they're going to do it because AI has been such a money dump that I just don't see it ever happening.
Have faith in the process. Maybe they're also doing the Kojima approach too.
I
swear to God.
I don't know. Okay, Alchem. Let me pose a question to you. Do you think it was a good idea to change leadership right now for Microsoft?
I feel like right now is not a bad nor a good time because it's not like showing that it's a sinking ship because one, it's already kind of just they haven't really been doing anything, so
it's already sunk.
No, really, yeah, it's you can't really sink a ship that's kind of stagnating in the water anyway. It's like halfway under, but it's not really under. It can be salvaged, and I mean, Phil's been in Microsoft since like 2014. No, since before then. He's been in before then. He was just put on head of Xbox.
Yeah,
he's been in for like
he's been there basically
2 decades.
Since the beginning. Very close since the beginning.
He's been there for a while. So
he's been there 38 years.
He can literally, if he chooses just to retire, I even understand that. That's been a while. That is almost a lifetime dedication.
He did. I mean, he's saying he chose to retire. I doubt we'll ever really know if he actually chose it.
Yeah. So I don't feel like this is because he's leaving because sinking ship situation. Maybe he's just tired of the current status quo. I don't know, but I don't feel like this is a red flag. I am a little concerned about the future, where they're going, but then again, a change right now could actually be real. Well, actually, any change right now could be really good. Hopefully, I mean, they can only go at this point. If they continued where they were going, they were just going to keep going down, and so I'm just hoping that this change will end up being a net positive. Because, like I said, if they were just continuously going the same course, it would just keep steadily going down. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, my thing for this outcome, the reason I asked is because I agree in the terms of, like, I'm not sure if this, it's kind of like a neutral stance for Microsoft right now. But I still think it's a good idea because I think I said this in the beginning. No offense to Phil Spencer, but since he became CEO, his strategy hasn't really worked. Like, whatever the strategy was, and maybe it's not even entirely his fault. Maybe he had to adopt the strategy of someone else, of the last CEO before him, and he couldn't really do his own thing. But even then, whatever it is, the strategy of Xbox hasn't been working. And so something needs to change, and changing leadership is probably the first thing to try to do, because like they bought so many studios and stuff like that and just nothing has happened. It's not nearly as bad as Sony. I think Sony is actually worse, because at least Microsoft is still kind of making video games. But
Sony's just been grabbing stuff and just like nothing.
Yeah. I hope this is the start of where Microsoft just starts releasing things. It's like, hey, we're working on this, we're going to release this, and all of it's going to be on Game Pass. Day one, Game Pass. Go over here, buy Xbox Game Pass. You want to play the Game Pass? Buy an Xbox. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, I hope this is the start or like the spark that needs to happen for Xbox, because I think the worst thing about Microsoft right now for the whole Xbox stuff is that Sony has been fumbling so hard. Like, people are seemingly not realizing how bad Sony has fumbled the bag with like so many things, because Microsoft has fumbled even harder. So like if they just performed okay, I think they'd actually be beating Sony right now. At least in terms of PR. Like, I don't know if you can really recover from how badly they got beat in the market in terms of sales, because the PS5 just dominated the Series X. And now that I say that, also, Asha, this is my one request. For the love of God, if there is a new Xbox, call it something simple, so everyone knows what it means. Because the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S, or I think, those are terrible names. Stop it. Why couldn't you just...
You really should switch it up or something. You really need to change things. Yeah, you should call it the Switch. Yeah, the Xbox Switch.
You know what I want them to do? I want the next Xbox to be called the Xbox 720, which is what the Xbox One should have been called. They should have... I want the next Xbox to be called the Xbox 720. Come on. It'd be so funny. Or the Xbox 360 too. That would be kind of funny. You have to admit, it'd be kind of funny.
I just feel like it's just kind of ironic. It's just a foreshadowing that they're just going to go in a full circle twice and end up right back here in the sinking ship situation.
I mean, yeah, maybe. But like, it's just one of those things where I hope this starts a thing where Xbox actually starts doing things. Because, I mean, like, apparently Xbox has been doing relatively decently well the past couple months comparatively, because like High on Life 2 came out and apparently people really like it, except for there's big technical problems apparently on PC specifically. But like, apparently if you liked High on Life 1, you're going to really enjoy High on Life 2. It's the same game. Even the people who really enjoy the humor do say the guns still kind of talk too much to you. They will never shut up, but I mean, that's kind of the whole point. Like, if you don't want the guns to talk to you and you're playing a game about a guns talking to you, I think you just bought the wrong game, man. I'm sorry to say. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I hope this is like the kickoff for Xbox to actually do something. But her being the ex-CEO of the AI side it's not a good start. But I hope she proves me wrong. But anything she says right now, it's just PR crap. It's just, she's saying the right things right now, but if she wasn't saying the right things, she wouldn't be in that position.
True. She's in a great position right now where she is, because even though like her former position gives her like
a bad reputation,
a bad rep in the eyes of the public, especially the gaming public.
Yeah,
which that matters because they are actually your consumers.
They are now your audience.
They are your
They're now
audience.
the people you're
So
trying to sell to.
but it's funny because Xbox's rep is so tanked right now
Yeah.
that, and their position is so bad right now that the only way you can, it's okay. You can only go up, right? It's either you can only go up at this point, or you just tank the entire Xbox division, and
Yeah.
because I don't feel like they can take any more further hits. Unless
Do you
unless
think?
somehow Xbox Pass fails any further, and
Yeah.
it's not failing, it's like it's doing okay. I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's being able to. I don't think it's enough to salvage Xbox and keep it afloat forever, but it's at least doing well enough that it's letting them still continue and thrive as a company.
Yeah.
So she can only go up, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is if Asha, being the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, does a bad job, that's technically an improvement, considering what position they're in. Like, doing a bad job right now, I think, is an improvement, considering. Like I said, I'm not trying to be mean to Phil Spencer, but like, he is
Totally.
retiring. He's retiring, and Microsoft has not been in a worse position. Like, Xbox has never
But
been
I
in
used
such
to
a
be in
worse state.
charge.
But he
I
is.
used to be in charge of Xbox. That's nice, Phil. That's nice.
Yeah, it's time to go. It's like that walking
It's
grandma
okay.
meme.
Time. Take your pills, Phil. No, okay. I'm not gonna lie. He did good, at least for the first couple eras. Plus, he was trying to save something that was always already
he was
sinking.
when he became CEO, it was not a good situation because he became heavily involved after the 360, and that was the last time the Xbox really ever had a chance.
Yep.
Because the 360 was really like, during the first Xbox did well, but it basically didn't exist overseas. 360, same thing, did well in the US, did well in the US, did okay in Europe, doesn't exist in Asia. And like,
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
and
Yeah.
and the Xbox One was worse in Europe, still didn't exist in Asia, and not as good in the US. So like, he became heavily involved when the Xbox started to go down. Like, the 360 was the last time the Xbox really had a chance, and it's just one of those things where I honestly think during the PS5 era, Xbox could have done something, because
yeah,
Sony has
chose
messed
not to
Sony
fumble
Sony
the
has
bag over and over.
yeah, Sony has messed up so hard in so many ways that we spent a segment talking about how badly they messed up for 45 minutes almost. Like,
Yep.
it
So
and not even just that, we've talked about it before too, but it's baffling how bad Sony has done. But it's the most shocking thing is how badly they've done, and yet Xbox is somehow doing worse.
yet they're still here.
Well, I mean,
Huh.
they still make millions and millions of dollars. I mean, another thing we have to put in perspective is that when we're saying doing bad,
Game
there's
Pass.
well, it's not just that. Like, we say the Xbox Series has done poorly, they still sold like 20 million units or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, they're still selling a lot, but the problem is that it's one of those things where the bar is different, you know? Because selling 20 million units of Xboxes is not enough. Selling a couple million copies of a game is not enough anymore. And if you want it to become that enough, well, then you need to actually release games, have smaller teams, and actually release games somewhat recently, you know?
Yep.
Which is seemingly kind of what they're doing.
So, see you in a year when we talk about how Asha either saved the company or completely tanked it.
Oh yeah, when she gets replaced by someone else.
Yeah,
Oh no,
probably.
actually, see you in a year. See you in a year when she gets replaced because Xbox is being dissolved.
I was thinking maybe they'll still be around, but
I have some serious worries in 10 years. In 10 years, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Xbox exists in 10 years.
I don't think it will in 10 years. No, I think the landscape for gaming will have changed so drastically that I don't think Xbox will be around.
Disagree with why I think Microsoft is just going to give up. I don't think it's because of the landscape.
Think they're going to pull a Sega?
Yeah. I think they're either going to pull a Sega or they're going to be completely pull out
I
in
mean,
terms of
remember
gaming.
I mean, granted, it's Xbox is just a subdivision of Microsoft, so
That's
at
what I'm
the end of the
saying.
day, they could just go back to PC and just
Yeah.
focus on PC stuff. But yeah,
And because like I think Sony is gonna, I think PlayStation and Nintendo are still gonna be, you know, destroying and doing tons of things in 10 years.
as
But
long
I'm
as
less
I mean, honestly,
confident
Nintendo will
saying
kill it.
Xbox is gonna exist in 10 years as we know it,
Yeah.
because Microsoft seemingly doesn't know what they're doing. And I also think it heavily depends on how badly the AI bubble pops and how effective
I'm over
Microsoft
here.
is. That
They just
does,
need to remember the same thing Nintendo constantly keeps reminding themselves about. They're a toy. Long story short,
yeah.
consoles are just a very elaborate toy. That's why Nintendo keeps making these weird gimmicky little controllers and gimmicky little consoles.
I mean, you
But it
say that,
works
but like,
because it's fun.
yeah, but you say that, and but the thing is the reason Nintendo is still dominating is because they make great games.
Yes, they're fun.
Yeah,
They're
and it's just
fun
like
because they remember
I just
they're a toy
wish
company.
I just wish Sony and Microsoft would realize, guys, if you make good video games, people will ignore so much stuff. Nintendo as a
Yeah,
company is horrible. They
that's
suck. But
oh
people
no, yeah,
always forget.
their practices are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we have literally entire podcast episodes about how Nintendo is a terrible company, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, they make good video games. It's
yeah.
like you can
And like I
completely
said,
separate Nintendo corporate from Nintendo developers. Nintendo developers are generally great people. Nintendo corporate lawyers, though, awful people.
those guys are vampires, man. They'll go after you
Literally
for
thing.
anything.
Literally anything. Um so with that, Alchem, why don't you do some shout outs?
Hello, shout out to the people out there. Thank you guys for popping in. Shout out to my mom for giving birth to me, for Satan for all the things he's done for me. Okay, for
Yeah.
real. Thank you everyone for popping into the podcast. If you guys have enjoyed my banter during the podcast, if you guys are listening in and just you don't see my beautiful face on the stream, or in the YouTube videos or the shorts, which by the way, thank you guys for watching those. I hope you guys enjoy those. But yeah, thank you guys for all that. If you want to catch me, I am locally found on Twitch and on YouTube, where I normally live stream various different games. I'm a variety VTuber, and you can catch me there where I can just goof around, play stupid games, and be fun and dumb. Even though sometimes I am very chill. I'll be honest with you. Actually, probably shortly after this, I'll be going live over on Twitch to do some VR chat exploration stuff. And afterwards, what is it? Oh yeah, and if you want to catch other stuff, you can catch me over on the TikTok and YouTube Shorts, where and Twitter, where I post a bunch of random stuff, videos, shorts, pictures, and all this other nonsense. So you can support me there if you'd like. Just simply watch, follow, and yeah. And if you want to continue to support me, there's always more stuff over there, and I don't need to explain here. You want to support me here, just keep watching the podcast, whether we do it in the live streams over on my channel or on the YouTube, or when it goes out on YouTube, or even through the podcasts. But yeah, you'll always catch me here Saturdays, where I do the live stream co-hosting here alongside the TechnoJelly, who will now take it away.
Hello, everyone. I am the TechnoJelly. Remember to subscribe to the Two Buds of One podcast YouTube channel. Like all the podcast stuff. You also have a Spotify. Check that out as well. Same name if you want to check us out on Spotify. Follow on Spotify. Leave a comment on Spotify as well. I think I have enabled those recently because I didn't
Oh yeah,
realize you can, in
YouTube.
fact.
Tell us what you think.
Yes, you
Sorry,
can
I need
comment
to
as
YouTube
well.
comment. Comment on
Yes.
the YouTube. Tell us how long you think Sony and Microsoft will last this time. This is actually
Honestly,
want to
I
know
would
what you
be
guys
interested.
think.
I would be interested in to see how long.
Give us your opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jelly. I just
No. That's totally understandable. Uh, Now you can go over to my YouTube channel if you want to check out my personal stuff at TheTechnojelly. I do videos on Mondays and Fridays. I do news videos on Mondays, similar to the stuff I talk about here on the podcast sometimes, depending on what's going on over the week. And on Fridays, I do opinionated video essays on games. I've recently been doing a bunch of videos on Overwatch because I came back to Overwatch. also be next week. On Friday is a video about League of Legends that will be coming out about their Fearless draft in esports and what I think about that. And other than that, if you would like to support, please go to the Patreon at patreon.com/TheTechnoJelly. You join all of the credits, people in these credits as well. If you would like to support me even more directly, wait for it. I set it up this time. Oh my god, look at this. Poggers. I have a Poggers code.
Oh my god, he's got a
And
code!
I got a code, poggers.shop, linked in the description if you'd like to check it out. They do energy drinks and hydration drinks as well as sleep aid drinks. If you'd like to do it, you can use code TechnoJelly for 10% off if you would like to do that. It stuck to my face. Okay, there we go. And if you would like that, I have tried them. I enjoy them. They also have shakers and stuff like that if you want to try that out as well. If you'd like to try if you'd like to follow me on other platforms, I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads. Thank you everyone for watching this episode of Two Buds and One Podcast, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, guys. See you guys next time.